up, people? LW Auto Head here today, and I'm making a video about how to replace inner and outer tie rod and a stabilizer link on this car that I have, 2003 Hyundai Santa Fe. This is the outer tie rod, and the smaller one, skinny one, is the inner tie rod, and this is stabilizer link, end link right here. This is the stabilizer bar, goes all the way around. The same thing that's here, same pieces that's here, it's on the other side, the opposite side. I already did the opposite side, and this side I'm gonna just show you guys how I took these out. Took out this nut. This nut was a nut with a pin, cattle pin. It had a cattle pin, so all I did was use a plier like this right here, straighten it out, straighten up the cattle pin on the bolt, and then knocked it out and took out the cattle pin. You can watch one of my other videos titled how to change CV drive axle. You can watch that now, and in that video I actually show you how to take out that pin and use a socket. I think mine was like probably was 17 millimeter or 16, I'm not sure. Whatever size the socket is, use that and take out the nut, and this, you will be left with this. So to take out this right here, you just need a mallet, a rubber hammer. That's basically what it is, a mallet, so you don't damage this right here. And then you just supposed to hit it out, and it's gonna come out. Oh shit. Also, if you put caliper up here like I do, watch out for that, because that might fall. So and you don't want to stress out the brake line. You could damage the brake line if it fall. Mine just fell. If it fall one time, it's not that bad, but if you keep letting it fall, it's gonna damage the line somehow. It's gonna start leaking later. But yeah, so that's how you do. You use this hammer to take this out, or you could use a pickle fork. There's something called pickle fork. You put it over here between the knuckle and this, and then you hit it all the way in. You hit it in, and then it will split this whole thing. You could use the same technique if you're taking out the control arm from the knuckle. But anyways, it's a big ass hammer, and I could take it out with this hammer and damage the whole thread on this tie rod, outer tie rod. I could do that if I wanted to, because I'm replacing it anyways. So you could do that if you wanna, if you don't have one of these, if you're replacing it. So this is the replacement part. I'm gonna show you guys the replacement part. This is the stabilizer end link I'm also replacing right here. So when you're replacing a part, you can damage it, you know, as long as you're gonna be able to get it out. If you damage it, just to take it out. This is the inner tie rod right here. This is the inner tie rod. It's in this plastic. But also have this one. This is the new one. So this is the outer tie rod, just like this one. I'm replacing it. So just like Chris Fix says, out with the old, in with the new, right? If you follow Chris Fix, he's a really good car guy. So yeah, same thing. I'm gonna replace those. This one uses a grease hole. It has a grease hole right here, so I have to, you know, put this screw on there, and then use the grease gun that I got. This is my grease gun. So if you have new ones that has to be greased, that has, just like mine, has that hole on the top, you're gonna need a grease gun. So that's the grease gun. You load the grease in here with this. You pull it out, and then you load it in. I can't really do it now, guys, because I'm using one of my hands. So you just push this in, and you pull this out. You put it, it's just kind of like pumping air into a tire, and then you squeeze this trigger. After you put this fitting on the screw, on this screw, you gotta put the screw in this hole. So basically that's what it is. Guys, so I'm gonna get to that. I'll show you guys how to take it out. I'm gonna hit it out with this first and then I'll show you guys how to take it out with this pick a fork. You need this if you're having a tough time. You might just want to have it just in case, you know, if you're working on your car, if you like doing stuff on your car. All right guys, so I took it out. As you can see, I had to use this big ass hammer and hit it because this doesn't have that much power as this one, and this is just to make sure you don't damage parts, and it goes easy on banging things out. So yeah, the train in the background. But anyways, I'll show you guys how to take it out with this too. So with this right here, so basically what you would do, you would put this over here. You might want to get one that actually fits better, like this one. And if this is here, you want to push this in here. You can even use a hammer to push it in there, and then you just want to screw this on there like this. Yeah, so you want to screw this on there like that, and then what you would do is you would just use a hammer, hit this while it pushes this in. It has this ramp right here, and it's gonna lift this up while it pushes in, and it's gonna knock out that way. If you don't want to damage the threads on here, because I damaged mine already. As you can see, I think it's a little bit damaged. If I'm putting the bolt back, the nut back, it was gonna have a hard time going back because I already kind of deformed it with this. So that's how you use this. Same concept over here. If you're taking this control arm out of the knuckle, same thing. So I just thought I'd show you guys that. I'm just gonna unscrew this and get to the next step. So taking out the nut, you would think it has to go like tightening, so it has to go forward instead of backward. It has to go forward instead of reverse. When you're taking it out that way, you know, it's going back that way, it's not coming out, so you got to go forward with it. So to hit it forward, use, like I said, use a combination wrench. Also use a lot of PB blaster to put right here, a lot of PB blaster to soaking up, you know, because it's rusted, to loosen up the rust. So do that, and maybe you could wait like 5 minutes and let the PB blaster soak in, and then use this and use all your strength. You're gonna need a lot of your strength. If you need extra strength, use a big hammer, and you can hit this right here, combination wrench right here, or whatever you're using. You could use a wrench too, whatever you're using. You could hit it like that. Tube, you can use a tube with the wrench. You can put the tube in, give you, the more leverage you are, the better torque you will have to remove stuff like this if it's rusted. So that's what you're gonna need if you have a tough time. But just be patient, and it does come out. So I cracked it, and basically, as you can see, the nut is turning now. I cracked it, so it just turns now. But that's it, guys. Once you crack it, so I'll show you guys right here. As you can see, now it's going back, separating. So that's it. I can't do it with my hand right now because it's still kind of tough. But once you crack it, it goes back, and then it releases this. And next, what you would do is take this out. You need to grab it with the combination wrench. Make sure you have two. I do have two, so make sure you have two like this, or the same sizes. This is different sizes, but doesn't matter. Just make sure you have two, because you're gonna need to grab it right here. Like I said, you could use a wrench too. So if you don't have these, you can use a wrench. I just have these because they're better. Hold it right here. See this little groove in here? You want to hold this right here, and when you're taking out this, after you pull this nut back, you don't have to have it in the knuckle, so you can just have it out like that. Of course, you want to soak it up too with a lot of PB blaster. Make sure you have a lot of PB blaster, because it does help working on older cars with a lot of mileage. Make sure you have this, a lot of it, maybe 3 or 4. Run out quick, just like brake cleaners. Make sure you have 3 or 4. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now, and I'll show you guys after I'm done doing that. All right, guys. So I screwed it, I guess. Unscrew it because this is a forward step of screwing. I put it all the way back. As you can see, it's separated. So now you want to make sure, of course, soak it up by the PB blaster, because this shit is rusted in there. Like I said, this car has 187,000 mileage, and I don't think this is the original inner and outer tie rod. I don't think it was ever changed. So see all this rust on there. So you have to soak it up real nice with a PB blaster and let it sit for a little bit. And then, as you can see, I'm a combination wrench on this. I'm gonna take this out, the knuckle, and I'm gonna put this on here. And actually with this, when you're taking this out, it's reversed, because you're taking it out, it's coming out this way. So it has to make it like, so it has to go this way, it has to go backward. All right, reverse, and you take it out like that. It's gonna be tough too. Just make sure you got a lot of strength for it. If you don't, there's something else you can use. I'm gonna show you guys real quick. All right, I use this bar right here. It was on eBay, so you could look it up. I think it's a breaker bar, wrench breaker bar, I guess, something like that. Just look up the name wrench breaker bar or breaker bars, and it'll probably show this up. This helps because it goes like in here. It gives you that extra leverage. It goes like that, and then it goes all the way in here, and then it gives you that extra leverage to take out nuts like that. So I use this. I do have an actual breaker bar, but you can't really use breaker bar on here because this is a wrench operation. You can't use a socket, because a breaker bar, you use that with sockets. So this is a wrench operation right here. So wrenches, you can use wrenches. So if you have like a pipe, like I said, you can use a pipe, like a little pipe. It'll give you some leverage. You can shove the pipe in here. If the pipe has a big opening, shove it in there. Gives you a little more leverage, and you will be able to take this out a lot easier. But it is tough though. This job costs a lot. Like if you change it in the outer tie rod, you take it to the shop, I would say it costs you 300, maybe 200, I don't know. But I bought this, the whole thing, the new ones. I bought it for like, I think 40 bucks, and I'm changing it out myself. So there you go, I saved 160 bucks by doing it myself. I'm gonna take this off because I let it sit enough. So pretty much you want to keep this one there, like I said, and you want to put another one here, right here, and then you want to take it off. That's how you would do that. All right, guys, for some reason I was lucky as shit. So this actually is already out for some reason. Look guys, this is already, I didn't even have to take it out. I don't know how, but it wasn't that screw on there tight, so it's already out. Now it's a little trick to this that I have to put this back like it was, because there's a little trick to it. You know, this is going to determine whether you're going to need like an alignment right away. You know, you're going to have a fucked up steering, or you're going to have a somewhat off centered steering. So this, when you're taking it out, you want to count every turn, because the new one, you gotta put it back the same turn you took this out. So right now it's right here, so you want to count like 1, right, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you want to count all those turns, because when you put in the new one in, you want to put it back in that many turns. So I just counted 5, and I'm gonna take it off like that. But like I said, I was lucky. This was unscrewed when I was trying to take out this nut. Luckily that came unscrewed. The other side wasn't like that. So after I took out the other nut on the other side, I had to also break this loose. But luckily this broke loose while I was taking out this nut. All right, so once you take that outer tie rod out, you just want to loosen this bolt all the way out. Take this out. Actually, I was going the wrong way, but going the wrong way. Anyways, take this out this way, and it comes all the way out, because you're gonna need this out in order to take out the inner tie rod. You're gonna need this whole thing gotta come out. You don't have to count this one, because as long as you have this one counted, it's cool. This, just make sure this is tight. So take that out right there. Now you want to take the boots out. So the boots just have these clips. You just want to grab a plier. Just grab a plier and take this out like that. You see? Alright, and that's why you need to take out that nut, because you want to take this, and the boot needs to come out like that, the same way, so you need to slide out, so nothing can be in the way here. So there we go. So that just came out like that. The boot also has another clamp at the back, all the way at the back. You just get a flathead screwdriver. It's another one underneath, I guess, in this little tiny hole where my hand is. You just want to get a flathead screwdriver and get in there. It's there. You can feel it. I can't really show you guys, but you can feel it. It's there. And then you want to pry it open, and then you will be able to pull this whole thing out. Alright guys, right there, so that's it. So that's where you need to put this flathead screwdriver in here. Get a long one if you can. Goes in there, and you want to pull that out, and then once you open that up, you're able to pull the boot out. So that's what I'm about to do. It's right there, guys. So if you can see it, it's right there. That's the clamp. That's it right here. See that metal silver thing? That's it right there. I'm gonna pry it out. Alright guys, so once you take that clamp out, I already did, guys. So see right here, now this can spring like this boot, because I already took it out. So anyways, you want to get another flathead screwdriver. This part right here, it'd be really tight on the inner tie rod. So what you're gonna have to do is just go in here, open it up, and spray it. It's 3D40. Alright guys, to get that soaked up and take it out. The part, I gotta focus the camera. That right there. So that part, guys, this part. Alright guys, so just like this, then you want to come in here. I actually went and found the the long little straw with the WD blaster, the WD-40. So you want to go like that and soak it up like that, and it goes in there. That's how you would get this rubber boot out. So once that happens, you could do it on go all around it and do it like that. Go all around, and then once it's really soaked up, then you will be able to pull it out. You need to pull this out in order to take out the the inner tie rod. So you just want to go around and do it there again. More. So like that, for as many as you can, guys. So because it gotta come off. So just like that, go around. Yeah. The more the better. That's it. So it should be able to come out. I'm not sure if it's all the way soaked in. It should be able to come out. If it doesn't, just keep repeating it. I might have to repeat it. Just keep repeating it until you're able to smoothly, and spin it too while you're trying to hold this, because this spins with the whole thing. So you can hold that and then try to spin it. Then they'll come out. Alright guys, so I took it off, came out, had to soak it up a lot, and hold this and then spin it back and forth and then pull it out. So with that done, then here you have the inner tie rod. It's in a ball, like a joint, like your kneecap. So it goes like this. I'm replacing it because you can see it's supposed to not, if I leave it, it drops down, so you know it's old. Like I said, this car has high mileage, so most of the parts is old. So it's gonna be like this, and then that's when you're gonna need tool, special tool. Not too special, but this is a tool that you need to take out the inner tie rod. Once you get to this part, and it's looking like that, you're gonna need this tool. Alright, so the tie rod, remove it. There's a lot of different tools out there to use it, to take this off. I know there's one tool where you could literally take this thing out of here. That's the rack and pinion for this. That's a steering rack this in. So you can literally take this out as a tool without having to take the outer tie rod, without having to take this out and the nut out. So there's a tool for that. You could do it without having to take all those out. I don't have that tool, so obviously, and I actually never used that tool before, but I know because I have looked it up, and they actually do have a tool like that. I don't know if it's harder or easier, but yeah, you can go that route too. Anyways, you want to get the right size. I think this is the right size because I did it on the other side already. So it's just the right size. I'm gonna do this off camera, guys. I can't really do it with one of my hands. I'm recording with my phone, my Samsung S10 Plus. I can't really record and show you guys work. I'm gonna try to get a tripod and then be able to record with two of my hands and video, but right for now I'm low on budget, so I'm using this. So pretty much it goes like this. This is a pipe, right? So this goes in this little piece right there, and then it goes over it like that, and you take it out. But you gotta put it there right. Mine is not there right now, and I actually might have the wrong size because this is my. So this is actually smaller. So it's the wrong size. I think it's actually this size. I think it's this size. Harbor Freight sells these. Harbor Freight sells these, or Advanced Auto Parts sells these, I believe. I bought this from eBay. I buy most of my tools from eBay because it's cheaper and I have time to wait for the delivery. If you're not like that, then you can just buy it from convenience store. Stores that are closer. Not a convenience store, but you know what I mean. Harbor Freight or Advanced Auto Parts or AutoZone. Yeah, so that's what you're gonna have to do. Basically, like I said, you want to put this here. So this actually goes on top like that. It goes all the way. Make sure it's there right. You will know because that the ball actually has like it has grooves over here that this thing locks on. Use something like this, and you could just knock this more on there like that. Down better, so like that. And once it goes on there good, you can take it out then. And don't worry, you will be able to take it. You'll be able to take this piece out once you take this whole thing out. So it goes in like that, and put a 1/2 inch breaker bar here, and I do have that. So you want to put this here, and then you can take it. You just take it out. You want to put this breaker bar. So you need a 1/2 inch breaker bar, a good one. This is a Craftsman breaker bar I have. I've been having it for a long ass time. So you're gonna need to put this here like this, and then take it out. That's how you would take that out. All right, guys. So I'm gonna do that off camera because I need both of my hands and my strength in my back. Yeah, it's kind of tough sometimes, but you could do it. All right, guys. I took it out with the breaker bar, and I'm just unscrewing it now because I already took it out. So that's what you want to do. The tool makes it a lot easier. Alright, it's stuck there, but that's cool. Alright, guys, that's it. So this is it right here. And there you go. Everything falls apart right there. So it has this in the back of it. You can put this back when you put in the new one, because my new one didn't come with it. So this little piece right here, I guess that's like a locking mechanism right here. So you put this back when you put in the new one back. Just put it in like the same way. You hook it out and it should be fine. Yep, and that's how it looks right there. Alright, guys, books out there. You could do this, save yourself a lot of money. Save yourself $160, I guess, or as many as the shop's gonna do it for you. You know, whatever amount the shop's gonna do it for you, you just cut that amount by doing it yourself. And here we are. That's the old one and the new one. Like I said, the new one don't have this little piece right here that goes in the back, so you might want to transfer that over. It looks a little damaged a little bit because I was taking it out, but just transfer it over. Sometimes people get new one of these. Sometimes it comes with new one of these. One of my cars, I think it was I had a Mazda and it came with a new one. But if it doesn't, just transfer it over and keep it like that. Make sure you put it right, because see, this side goes like right there, and this opposite side goes right there. So like that. So that's how you would do that. Shout out to Chris Fix, out with the old, in with the new. Also, you want to just, I like putting grease on this a little bit, so I like to grease it. So I'm gonna put some grease on this, multi-purpose grease, that is. So put multi-purpose grease on this, and you just screw it back in and use the tool again to tighten it up. With this, with the adapter, you tighten it up. Alright guys, so like I said, I'll put some this is Valvoline multi-purpose grease. It's really good for like putting stuff back and on threads, so the thread doesn't get rusted or stuck. You put it back in. I'm not gonna put this back in right now, because now we're on this stabilizer bar has to come out. So now we have space to work over here and take this nut out. I tried to take this nut out before, and it getting me a hard time because I didn't have that much space, I guess. So I'm gonna take this nut out. I took this out already. This is already out. So this I just have the nut there, but it's already unscrewed. You don't need a vice grip, guys. So I'm gonna go get that. Alright guys, this is the auto tie rod. I'm just putting this little screw on there for the grease gun, so I can put grease in there. Make sure you put a little bit of that right here. That's the multi-purpose grease. Make sure you put a little bit of multi-purpose grease on the thread. And then you can put this in here, just so that next time you're taking it out will be a lot easier. Just screw it on with your hand. I think this is a 8mm wrench. So just screw it on. Of course, you gotta tighten it up. Of course, 7mm wrench. All right, guys. So you don't need to be that tight, but it's a little bit tight. Yeah. So that's my wrench set right there. And then once you do that, you can lay it on the side, and we're gonna get back to taking out this. You're gonna need a vice grip like this right here, and you're gonna have to vice grip this end right here so you can take out that bolt. If you don't do it like this, guys, just gotta get tightened a little bit. If you don't do it like this, the bolt's gonna keep spinning when you're trying to take out that nut. I mean, the nut is gonna keep spinning. So, and you wanna tighten it up. I probably have to loosen this up a little bit. So that's why you use this, and then you wanna lock it in. Alright, like that. And then we could take out this nut right here. That's the nut. You put it back the same way. This is the new one right here. You put it back the same way. Well, when you're putting it back, you might not need the vice grip, but if it keeps spinning, if this whole thing spins with it, then you can put the vice grip. But you might, this caliper, like, it kept on falling. It's not, like I said, it wasn't good because it put stresses on the line, the brick line. So what you want to do, I hung it up here, which was not the best spot. If you're gonna hang it up here, you want to use you want to tie it down with something, you know. You want to tie it down with something. So I didn't do that, but another way you can put it, if you're working on this car, 2003 Honda Santa Fe, you want to put it right there. It's more stable right there if you put it like that, even though it's on the transmission cooler line, but that's metal, so you're not really going to damage it. so it's right there. Anyways, that's another one tip for you guys, so it don't keep falling off here if you don't tie it down. Alright guys, putting this inner tie rod back in. So the adapter, you just want to put adapter on the top, and then get on the top, make sure it's there right. So to make sure it's there right, you just want to get a hammer, knock it on the top, make sure it's there right, make sure it's there all the way, and then you can put it there. Now this piece in the back here, you don't have to worry about it, but like I said, just put this there first, and put the, so you want to put this there first like this, and then put this back there. Of course, you can leave this nut on there, I guess. This nut, you can leave it there, but you want to just put this back like this, and then put it in there. Right, you want to screw it in there like that. So that's how you put that back. Screw it in there, use the breaker bar, tighten it up, and then that's it. And then you remember, you counted this, the outer tie rod, you counted that. You want to count that in, put in a knuckle, put this nut underneath it. You don't need to hold anything down with like a vice grip, or you don't need to pry anything. You just, and then you put this piece back same way you took it out. It was like this, guys. So same way, you put the bolt, you tighten it up, and that's it. It's really not that hard. I mean, I wasn't going to show you guys this, but that's how you put it back. Any questions, just put in the comment, send me a personal message. Anything else, I'm here, I'll help you out, and you can watch other videos too, but it's how you get it done. Alright guys, I meant like you want to just hand tighten this in first. So I realize you have to just hand tighten this. Is the inner tie rod, so you just want to make sure you got some little grease there, so it'd be easier to take it back out if you ever gonna take it back out. But you want to hand tighten it in, and then you can use this tool and the adapter to make sure it's super tight. So that's how I'm gonna do it, and that's it. Makes your job a lot easier. You could put it back in there with this tool, it's up to you, but I think it's easier if you just hand tighten it first. Alright guys, so putting this boot back, this clamp is just a squeeze one. The screw clamps, you can get them at Harbor Freight, so that will be how you put. I'm gonna use the old, like I said guys, this car is has a high mileage. I'm not really putting too much work into it. I'm gonna do what I can, but I'll use the same, I use the same clamp on the other side. I just tighten it, like squeeze it more, and it's not gonna come out, guys. The way I squeeze it, it ain't gonna come out. So I just squeeze this end with the plier, got in there and squeezed it once I got it in there. And that's pretty much what you want to do if you don't want to use a new one. The screw one, you just use a flip screwdriver and the screws on tighter. But if you use a clamp and squeeze this closer to the closing, it's not gonna come off. So that's what I'm gonna do. And also I'm gonna use the old clamp, the little clamp at the end right here. I'm gonna use the same thing, and because you can still use it. So I'm gonna do that and put it back. So that's what you want to do. Putting it back is pretty much easy. You can put it back with this clamp facing upward, so you can squeeze it a lot better. Any way you like, so that way you can have space to clamp to squeeze it with a plier. So just like that, it went in, and I'm gonna put this there. Goes in there along with it. It's raining heavy as fuck, guys. I'm just finishing up this video, but it's raining as hell. I'm gonna end up putting this back, this outer tie rod, a new one. I'm gonna put that there, put it here, and then put the stabilizer bar, and then call it a day. It's raining heavy as hell. But that's pretty much it, guys. So good luck if you're doing this job. It's the same thing for almost all the cars, guys. It's the same thing, just gonna be different space and different type of configuration, but it's the same way. Alright guys, so that's how I squeezed it right there. As you can see, that little thing that's sticking out. I don't know if I can show you guys, but yeah, it's raining heavy. Anyways, so try to show you guys right there. Right here. Yeah, right here. That's how I squeezed it, and it's super tight. So that's pretty much what you want to do. I got it from here and I squeezed it, so it's there and it's tight. It's not gonna come out. So that saved me some money. I don't know, $1. Those clamps don't cost that much. So you want to count it. Don't forget to count this when you. It was 13 for me, so counting it 13. Of course, I want to make sure this is there before I put it back. And I also want to make sure this nut is there. So you want to do that. So just put this nut all the way back. Like I said, you don't need to count this one. You just need to count the outer tie rod. So you just want to put this as far back as you can. Not all the way far, but like a little further, because you gotta count this 13. So put that like that, and then you just want to count this. Once it gets on the screw, then you can count it. So all right, so mine is on there. So we're gonna start here on 1, 2, 12, and 13. So that's it. And then you go move this here like that, and then put this in like this. It goes like that. And of course, you gotta use a grease gun on this. You need to grease it. So I told you guys already what you need to do with the grease. Get a grease gun from Harbor Freight or any other auto parts store. Just plug this in there, squeeze the trigger, and pour grease in there. And then, of course, don't forget this nut. You put the nut underneath here, and that's it. And don't forget this clip too. This clip's gotta go on here. See, I wanna just put this clip right there. Squeeze it out and put it right there. Put a plier. Yeah, I'm a plier right here. So yeah, guys. So I'm getting wet as hell right now because it's raining. I'm gonna take a shower after this. So like that, you just wanna push it on to there. I mean, I gotta use both of my hands, but you get the idea. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you put that inner tie rod and outer tie rod back in. Screw it on, and make sure you put the stabilizer bar too. This right here, it just goes. Just take all the nuts. I mean, I'll show you guys, but it's really not that hard, guys. So you just wanna take that out and take this one out too. Alright. Using one of my hands. I want to take this out. And you just want to, it was like this. So this was like this. Of course, watch this wire. So you want to just put it behind this wire. So you want to put this in there like that. And then the bottom one. And the bottom one just goes in. You can move this up a little. Alright guys, so you can move this, or you can press this bar down with your other hand, whichever way you. Alright, so I did it with my one hand, but if you're using both hands, you push the bar down, and it goes like that, and then you put the screws there. Bam, bam, bam. You put the screw, you tighten them up. You might need to use a vice grip, like I said, if it starts spinning. Use the vice grip. Start spinning, so like that. Put the other nut behind here, just like that. You want to, with these, you want to put them in around the same time when you tighten them up. You want to be tightening them up like around the same time, like tighten this up a little bit and tighten this up a little bit until they're both tight. Because if you just tighten one, Well, you might have a hard time tightening all the way the other one. That's what I found out before. So that's how you do that. And I'm gonna put everything back together. Put the wheel back, put the caliper back, put the brake pads for the wheel back, and then get inside because it's raining as hell right now. Look at all this. Man, I'm doing this with you guys, man. This shit, it's raining and I'm out here in the rain, hustling, man. Show me some love, subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff. Alright guys, that's it. Like I always say, LW out ahead. I'm out, folks. See you later, world. Till next time.